answer those questions if I can. Okay. Let's see, I have a note here. I guess, yes, we did have the problem with the screen, and we also had the problem with the sound a little bit. So hopefully, again, that it's working out well. Question here, does the software have a scanning feature to find live opportunities intraday? I don't know if you mean intraday, like from day to day, or if you mean intraday, but not a scan feature intraday. It's the type of thing, what I do if I'm trading intraday is to put my predicted highs and predicted lows on a real-time chart, and then use that to gauge what my intraday action is within those predicted boundaries. But there is a scanner in Vantage Point called IntelliScan, in which you can set up criteria. This is, again, end-of-day type of indicator that you can use to scan the stocks for certain, like how many days ago. You can set your parameter for how many days ago did a move, a breakout, a crossover occur. How many days ago, how long ago did that occur, and would that suggest if it were more than something it would be strong, or in my case what I used to do is kind of the reverse way. I want to know when that breakout was the most recently, so I want to know if the breakout occurred less than 2 days ago, for example, because that suggests that there may be a turn into a longer-term strategy situation that I can then use on a breakout type of a trade. So, it has a scanning feature, but not for the intraday type of situations. Okay, if there are any other questions, I'll be glad to answer them. We do have a number of webinars that are already in the archives on the site, the TraderPlanet.com website. We'll have a number of other webinars coming up in the future, so if there are questions or strategies or things you would like to see covered in those webinars, just let us know. We'll be glad to talk about them and see what we can come up with.
Darrell, there's a question coming in via the chat window that you're not seeing from Coos. The question is, what must a minimum volume be in order to decide it is enough?
That can vary. Okay, the minimum volume situation can vary from market to market. As a general guideline, I'd like to see volume of 10,000 or more. You, in some cases, can do maybe 5,000, but if you get down with too low a volume, the problem is, it depends again on the size that you're trading, and if you're a one-lotter or if you're trading more, but you'd like to see enough volume to make it a fluid type of situation that you can get in, you can get out, without causing, somebody to run your stops or do something to you that you don't want to see done. It's just more comfortable to have enough volume within which you're just one of those participants, and that you don't have to worry about somebody spotting your order and saying they're going to run your order or do something like that. Again, 10,000 is a guideline. Question: do I do stocks? Yes, I do follow stocks. I find that in a lot of cases, stocks. I like the commodities and some of the the markets, the stock indexes, those kinds of things, primarily because there's a two-way movement. And as you saw with soybeans, where you have a situation where the market is going down, you can be short and you can make money. It doesn't matter whether it's going down or up, you can trade. In the case of stocks, you can trade, sell stocks. Not as comfortable doing that. I don't know that it's the type of thing that a lot of brokerage firms like to see. There's a little bit more hassle to it. So in the case of stocks, if I'm trading stocks, I look at it more only from the buy side aspect of it and looking for those kinds of clues. In stocks also, I use it as clues for looking at options. Find that sometimes there are some situations in the options market that allow you to set some strike prices above and below the market that give you some more flexibility and ability to do certain things and at a lot less cost. But a stock situation, that's like another whole webinar, and we will cover stocks in other webinars. But another whole situation in terms of a breakout, at least in my opinion. You have to look to the upside. Question: do I do spreads? I have, but not so much recently. The issue with spreads is that there's sometimes considered to be more conservative, less risky, but not necessarily so. You know, I found that sometimes spreads, when they go the wrong way, I'm wrong both ways. And so, you know, it's one of those that if you are doing spreads, you need to be fairly aware of some of, like especially in the futures types of things with the seasonal strategies, because seasonally things may happen for a reason, even though it may seem that the spread is out of whack or whatever, but there are seasonal factors that come into play, and so you need to know those, and you need to know kind of how the commercials are going to react. So I really don't do a lot of spreads, or have not attempted to show, you know, a spread relationship as to how to trade that in a breakout type of situation. It's possible, but as I say, that's not the thing that I've done the most of. Okay, not seeing any other questions, and looks like I've covered those that we have, at least up to this point. But just want to say again, just a reminder that we do have other webinars coming up in the future. So if you have any topics, you know, just let me know. I do want to also mention that if you have questions about Vantage Point, you should go to the number that you see on the screen there. Vantage Point specialists there can tell you a lot more about Vantage Point than I can as to the precise types of things you can find with that software. I can tell you more about how to use it, but sometimes, you know, there may be some questions that you have that would be, you know, interest to you, specific market, specific type of time frames or indicators or what have you. So if there are no other questions, and I see I have a note here, E-minis. Yes, everybody likes E-minis. Everybody wants to know about those. We try to include those in most sessions. Even if we talk about stocks or anything, we need to cover the E-minis. The other favorite that I like to look at, of course, is the euro or some of the currencies, because that's, you know, kind of the key to the whole markets. But those we'll cover in other webinars, and hopefully you will be there. Well, thank you for attending today's webinar, and I do hope to see you at webinars in the future. Darla, turning it back over to you.
Thank you, Darrell. The recording for this webcast will be posted on Trader Planet within the next 24 hours, and we will be emailing the link for the recording to each of you. If you are interested in seeking further information on Vantage Point intermarket analysis software, we urge you to contact our friends at Market Technologies, the makers of Vantage Point, via the phone number on your screen. This concludes today's presentation. Thank you for attending, and all of us here at Trader Planet wish you a pleasant evening.